Nothing is like 100% tight yet. Pucks on, we had plastics ones on here before. I actually made these. We got some new HT Moto for the tank. Blue fuel line, which was a bit frustrating in itself. And we have all new fairings for this bike. We have these right here, should not have been powder coated on the tops. But he just had a baby. Congratulations, John and wave. All right. So last night, battery died, it got late. I decided to stop after a little while, but I got quite a few things done. As you can see, I got all the controls mounted. Now it looks like a really big rat's nest. Got the brakes just put on, they're finger tightened. Nothing is like 100% tight yet. So we got, as I showed you before, all this is on. I put the shifter on, it's just kind of sitting there. And then I started putting all this together. But I realized this is not on. So, unfortunately, what that means is I have to take off the swing arm. It's not gonna be too bad. That's why I put these straps up here, so it'll hold the motor and the frame upright while I take this out and then pull the swing arm off, throw that bad boy on, and get it all together. Also put these brand new Billet rear pucks on. We had plastics ones on here before. I actually made these, welded these on, because it used to have aluminum ones and they would break off every time it hit the ground. So no matter how strong the bolts we put on there, it would either bend really bad to where it was really hard to get off, or we would have to drill out and back out bolts out of the aluminum ones that were there. I decided to make foot pegs that took an Impaktech size puck, and we used just Delrin plastic ones. Pretty sure I showed you this. What else? Oh, and test fitted all this, just made sure I had it going on right. This is gonna all come off right now because I have to take the swing arm off, and then that'll all go on tonight and get all tightened up. Then today, I obviously gave myself a nice haircut, trimmed my beard up so I wasn't looking all nasty. We got some new HT Moto for the tank. The tank has gray on it right now. And then I got some blue fuel line, which will be going here. Believe it or not, these were red, but they have been red for like 6 years. So they faded to pretty much nothing. So that's all gonna come off at some point. Put this nice new blue line on. It'll even go over here on this. I'm sorry I haven't been like really doing a lot of video of me working on it up until now. I'm gonna try from this point forward to show you more of the details as I'm putting stuff together, so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, and maybe I'll explain a few different things. So if you're building a Gixxer, you may have some questions or just want to see it. I'm hoping I can reveal the fairings to you guys tonight and get started on them, because I'd like to get this big ugly box out of here, but I don't see it really happening. Maybe the tail section, which would be fine because I can put in the new tail light and all that, but all these fairings can't be put on until the motor is secure. I get the forks wrapped. Once the forks are wrapped, they can go in, and then all this can actually be tightened down because all this is loose. One thing I had a rough time with last night was the clutch cable. I'm gonna try and reroute it again, but when I had it underneath here where it's supposed to go, it just caused this to bind. I don't know. I'll work with it a little bit more later. I got all new bolts. So today I went all around, went out to Gorge Performance to look at like HT Moto type stuff. They had a couple things that were interesting, but they were like $50. So it just didn't make any sense. So I love this company BLOWSION. So if you guys are into jet skis or anything like that, then you would know about BLOWSION. They do like big time HT Moto mats and stuff like that on jet skis. See, I have some here, I have some over here. I have one of these up here, has a bunch of it in it as well. It just didn't have the color scheme that we were going for this bike. I wanted it to be gray, but we wanted it to be lighter so it would match this a little bit more, because the gray that we have over here is just too dark versus this. And they had this white with the gray, so it'll actually tone the gray down. I'm also wrapping the tank. I'll show you all that later. And it's gonna be a flat version of the color of the plastics. It's gonna make all of this come together really well. Enough of my babbling. I'm going to snack, throw some TV on while I work on all this, get that swing arm off so I can get the chain guard on it, and then just keep working on all this stuff. Guys, I got some great news for you. This is a commercial break. Pretty crazy, right? I worked out a deal with Impaktech, and they're gonna give you guys 10% off of any products on their website. They hands down make some of the best products on the market when it comes to protection. The cool thing about this is I've been using Impaktech products for many years, all the way back till like around 2010. And I've never had any issues. I've always got taken care of if I had any questions with them, and I reached out to them and said, hey, I'd like to offer a deal for my audience. Is that possible? And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I reached out to them because of my experience, and it was always great, and I've always backed them up, and I've always suggested their products to people over the years. So spoiler alert, we're gonna be using a crash cage from Impaktech and a front fairing stay from Impaktech on this build. Now, we would have used other parts. We already had all the parts that we needed for this build, so there's no reason to purchase anything else. So head on over to impacttechusa.com and use the code FATPAT, P-H-A-T-P-A-T, and you'll get 10% off your next purchase. So huge shout out to Impaktech for offering that deal to you guys, and let's get back into the action. I guess I haven't even told you about this bike. So it is my buddy John's, as you guys met earlier. I built this while he was away in the military and while he's away learning to be a police officer. Yes, he is a police officer and he's a stunt rider. So what we have is a 0607 Gixxer 600 with this upper stay is actually Impaktech, super rare actually. Most everything on this is pretty rare. Not everything, but we have Magura 16mm Masters front and rear. The Sick Innovations foot pegs. These aren't too rare, but this RK Armor subframe and subcage with round bar are very rare. We have Sick Innovations axle sliders front and rear. Leo Vince full exhaust with Bazaz FI tuned by EDR Performance, which is actually who's going to be mounting the wheels and tires for us tomorrow. We have an Impaktech cage that came off of the other bike. We had a Tiger Shark cage on it before. But yeah, I mean, we got RSC clip-ons, GPR damper, need to refill that with fluid. Yeah, I think that's it for the moment, but I just realized I hadn't told you guys about any of this at all. So there's one little thing of advice I'd want to give you when you're building a bike. Don't completely secure anything until you know you're 100% not going to have to take it back off for something else. So if you're working in a spot, I already tightened up everything to do with the rear suspension and the swing arm. Mistake. Why? Because I need to take it off. But I don't have to take it completely off, because all I need to do is pull it out enough to where I can put this chain guard back on. If I wouldn't have tightened this down, it would have taken less time. Go ahead and remove this. Then I'm going to go on the other side, get this out, get this all taken care of. So that's all done. Placement of these, I don't remember. So this is in one spot, the other one's in another, because I don't know where it's actually gonna end up. So that will get adjusted once the bike is all complete. I can't put this on until I take the powder coating off of the peg, so that I have to take to work. I have to take this to work too. Put it on the lathe and spin it down. Motor can't get put in until I get the wheels on the ground, so I can kind of wiggle it to get it in its right spot. And since it's literally sitting on the motor, it's strapped down, I can't do anything about it right now. I'm gonna put in the bolts to the sub cage and move on from there. I do need to go get some food though at some point. Yeah, these had some just like miscellaneous bolts in it. I don't know why, but I don't know if they fell out, or maybe when I initially assembled the bike that it just didn't have it or what, but yeah. Nice new bolts. These are all some nasty, rusty ones that have just like worn out over time. We painted them just so they wouldn't rust, because when we got them, there wasn't any stainless ones available. That's all good. Just trying to I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff that just kind of like never got done. Over the last 5 years, it's been neglected. John did what he could to upkeep it, and then other people have worked on this bike since I have. So that could be why some of the bolts were the way they were. And it is what it is. He let some guy take it apart and do the bracing, and he didn't do the best of jobs. So it's fine, and it's gonna last, that's for sure, but it just was done very poorly. I wish I would have been here.